So, here's something that I've been told multiple times over the past couple of years. More FPS equals more DPS. The more frame rate you have in BDO, the more damage you do, because supposedly your skills go out faster. It is the main reason why I tried orcs with high frame rate, 165, off stream, uncapped, low settings, and same for Biragi, except that one was with FSR 120. I did it primarily because I was told more frame rate equals more FPS, and it kind of felt like that was the case. I did feel a bit faster, although I personally concluded it might not be applicable for Guardian Awakening, and I just simply felt like the game was more responsive in general because more frame rate, not necessarily skills going out faster. And also partially because off stream I was trying, I wasn't distracted, so maybe that's why I also grinded faster, not necessarily because skills went out faster. So for today I set out to try it out myself, to test it properly, to see if I really do gain any benefits. The idea for this, or the concept, started with this video from Mr. Grapefruit, who did the exact same thing I'm gonna attempt today, but he did it on Dark Knight, and I was linked this video multiple times, and I will put it in the description to check it out yourself. It basically shows that yes, on DK you do gain more damage the higher frame rate you have. But what about Scholar, the new class? What about Guardian, what I actually plan to play? Is this applicable for every class or just for select classes, or is it even true? I'm gonna let the clips play in the background while I give you some context, and then I guess I will see you at the end with the conclusion, the numbers, and the results. I chose, well, first Guardian and then it's gonna be Scholar. I chose to do 60 FPS, 120, just double, 165 because that's my monitor's max refresh rate, and then Uncapped, so 4 different versions. Another person in my chat during streams told me, and I believe, I don't know if it's true, that BDO only gets faster up to your monitor's refresh rate, and after that, so for me 165 FPS, past that it doesn't really get any faster. That could be true or could not be true. At this point I feel like everyone is just throwing ideas. For me the speed increase, you will see later, it felt very minimal, at least specifically for these two classes, and either it is true or I simply didn't test it properly. Maybe there is some special way to uncap it. I just simply turned off VSync and similar features, and I simply let the game run at full speed, and I manually capped it through RivaTuner to achieve the 60, 120 and 165 frame rate. Also BDO was in full screen mode. Maybe I'm just missing something, let me know in the comments. This is an open topic and I'm honestly very curious to know your results, your grinding speed, if you, for your specific class, see benefits. Just how much faster do you get? Do you even get faster? Just I don't know enough about this topic. For a testing method, as you can see in the background, I just simply went in Battle Arena to have a controlled environment. I repeated the exact same combo on both Guardian and Scholar. I think Guardian is still playing in the background by now. For Guardian, if you look on the hotbar, the button number 4, that is Flow to Ashes, that's how I start the combo. I started my timer exactly as soon as the skill went in cooldown, as soon as the icon became black, that's when the timer started, and then I stopped the timer as soon as the last skill, SRMB, loses its frontal guard protection. Just very controlled as much as possible. Same add-ons, I do have the attack speed add-ons, no rage, I waited for my buffs to expire, and you know, the results are on screen. It is pretty self-explanatory. For Scholar, I guess, excuse me for only poking with the class for 2 hours. I don't know a proper combo, so don't cringe too hard the way I throw them. I simply looked what I could throw skills-wise to make a fairly long combo with as many skills as I can use without them cancelling each other. So all of the skills go out. If you look at my buttons, I am trying to hold the buttons as early as possible to make sure the skills go out immediately, and it's the exact same situation. I start with the same ability, I believe WE. The combo will be on screen, and if you look at my cooldowns, as soon as the first skill goes in cooldown, that's when the timer starts, and as soon as the last skill goes in cooldown, which I believe was SF, that one I'm only throwing it to have an extra cooldown icon on screen. As soon as that one goes in cooldown, the timer ends. So again, as controlled as I can make it. Some of you might make the argument that only older classes benefit from frame rate increase. At least I personally believe that's the case. That's my theory, because you could arguably say Guardian was meant to be a console class, so it makes sense that she works at 60 FPS. Scholar is the newest one, so maybe it's the same situation. Maybe only older classes get faster. By the way, if you're interested in this topic, like the video. Let's say if this reaches 1,000 likes, I will say, yep, there is enough interest in this topic for me to do another one with more classes, different classes, to see if those have similar scaling, if others benefit better. Just, you know, I'm curious if there's enough interest in this topic to make more of it, or if it's just a one-time thing that I can move on from. From my point of view, I did Guardian and Scholar, my two classes, so the others are just extras. So yeah, I will see you at the end once the clips are done playing with the conclusion, the numbers. Very professionally done with Notepad. This is my result. The 60 FPS numbers, I did 120 4 times because the numbers were too identical, and it's self-explanatory. Uncapped was estimated around 240 FPS. Let's just say the Google timer does 100 milliseconds for 1 second, so I just simply multiplied this by 10. Essentially, this is the real time and the speed increase. For me, baseline is 60 FPS, not 30 like the DK video, because anyone can achieve 60 FPS nowadays. 3% increase for 120, 3.5 for 165. Honestly, I'm very happy to see this, because as a Guardian, again, specifically Guardian Awakening, I don't want to have to play at high frame rate with potato graphics just so I can grind faster. 3% I don't really care about. I'm willing to trade that. And Uncap was closer to 5% speed increase. 5% is what it is, right? Let me know if this is your experience as well for Guardian. For Scholar, the new class, again, the combo includes a lot of skills. I'm pretty sure it is close enough to represent the class, even if the order of the skills is not exactly the best, and she actually gets even less speed than Guardian. 1.2 is nothing, 1.5 at 165 is again nothing. You can optimize your rotation and grind better than that, and 2.3 uncapped. So again, either PA fixed it, I'm not testing it properly, I'm just missing out on something, or it is true that only a handful of classes truly benefit from high frame rate. You could say for most players the biggest improvement will be the game feels a bit more responsive, so that will make you in general mess up less. So maybe that's where the real benefit, the real speed comes from, not just skills going out faster in terms of how fast they cast. For a Dark Knight video from Grapefruit, again, check the link in the description because I don't want to show all of his video in mine. That would be kind of an ass move. But let's just say I took his numbers and I did the math because he didn't, just to see how fast Dark Knight gets. Again, I didn't test this myself, so I take it with a grain of salt. But according to his numbers, from 60 to 100 FPS, not even 120, it's already 11% faster, 144, pretty much the same speed, so no real benefit from 100 to 144, 240, another 6-ish% speed increase, 17, and 18 for 340. So again, according to his video, your brackets are, let's say, 60 into 100 and then 240. These are the relevant numbers to hit on Dark Knight. And yeah, that's about it. I will see you in the comments. Let me know what was your experience. Again, I'm very interested to see if I missed out some settings, if I didn't uncap the game properly. How much interest is there in this topic? Was it just a one-time thing that I can move on from? Because I answered my question with Guardian, so I'm done. I can just be happy with my Guardian results, or do people really want to see more of this for more classes? Yeah, enjoy the new class, have fun. Bye bye.